In fact, I just finished shooting a series of videos for children.
So now tell me, why in the first place did you leave the show?
My father got an offer, a job offer from Virginia, and my parents made a lifestyle decision, so the family moved to Virginia.
I see. Well, great to have you with us. Now, you probably both know that you had 7 chart records, with one of them going all the way to #1 called I Think I Love You. But up until now, the Partridge Family had never made the classic TV countdown chart. Coming in at number 25 this year is an unforgettable episode called A Man Named Snake. And that man named Snake is better known as Rob Reiner. Now, which one of the two of you played the part of Chris?
I think that's one of mine.
Okay, enjoy.
Number 25, Nick at Nite, 1993, classic TV countdown.
This chart-busting TV classic will be right back, so don't go away.
Nick at Nite, 1993, classic TV countdown.
You know, the Dick Van Dyke Show is known for its classic dream episodes, including our next chart maker. And who better than Nick at Night's own Dr. Will Miller, TV therapist, to let us know what it all means, Doctor?
See what I can do.
Stay tuned. Well, another very special guest has arrived here at Nick at Night's open house, Stevie Curtis. Now, his name may not sound familiar, but his song sure will. How about I Fought the Law and the Law Won, or Walk Right Back? But for our classic TV countdown, there's only one choice. Sonny wrote it, and we all know it by heart. Sonny?
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it, love is all around, no need to waste it. You've been out of town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all.
Thank you, Sonny. Thank you.
My pleasure, Casey.
Don't go away. We'll be right back. Our next chart maker was the very last episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show. And who would have predicted the show would end in a hail of gunfire in a Western saloon?
Well, actually, Casey, an ending like this was predictable.
Really? Oh, this is Dr. Will Miller, Nick at Night's TV therapist.
Hi. You see, Casey, this is Rob's dream. And Freud told us that all dreams are essentially wish fulfillment. What Rob needs in this final show in order to move on with his life is to overcome the Alan Brady father figure. In fact, to slay him. And that's exactly what he does in the episode.
Heavy stuff.
It's all in Totem and Taboo, one of Freud's final works.
Oh, I'll pick up a copy when I get a chance.
You can have mine.
Oh, well, thank you. However you interpret this dream, the episode The Last Gunslinger comes in this year at number 24.
Number 24, Nick at Nite, 1993, classic TV countdown.
We now return to 1993's best as Nick at Night's classic TV countdown continues.
Okay, guys, give me that drum roll. Meet the two Chris Partridges together for
Nick at Nite, 1993, classic TV countdown.
Welcome back to Nick at Nite, 1993, classic TV countdown.
Could the owner of the green station wagon please move it because you're blocking the catering truck? Oh, thank you very much. Now, a man who appeared in almost every Mary Tyler Moore episode. His name, Benjamin Choulet, but you know him as the blonde-haired guy always working busily in the back of the WJM newsroom. That was him then, and this, come on over, Benjamin, is him now.
Hi, Casey. How are you?
Hi, how do you get a job like that in the newsroom?
Well, my dad was an AD in the Mary Tyler Moore Show and the Dick Van Dyke Show, and I appeared on those as well as a kid.
Now, didn't you have some lines on the Mary Tyler Moore Show?
Oh, yes, Pete the Newsboy. I'd say things like, a mail's here. Sorry, I'm late.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, I got letters. I had a fan club, Michael Stipe of REM.
The band?
Yeah, I said their next project is to find out who the guy in the background is in the WJM newsroom.
Well, what are you doing these days?
Well, I'm a film editor on Melrose Place.
Oh, it's great, great, and great to have you with us today. Now, let's all watch 1993's number 23 ranked show, an episode of Mary Tyler Moore entitled The Good Time News that features Benjamin Choulet in the background.
Number 23. Nick at Night, 1993. Classic TV Countdown.
They taking good care of you, Sonny?
Yeah, hi, Casey.
Sonny Curtis, the man who wrote and sang the Mary Tyler Moore theme song.
So tell me, Casey, what's going to be this year's #1?
My lips are sealed, Sonny. You have to stay tuned to Nick at Night.
Nick at Night, 1993. Classic TV Countdown.
He's worn a Velcro suit and shampooed his hair on national TV. So David Letterman doesn't embarrass easily. So why does our next episode make him cringe?
We're counting them down at Nick at Night, 1993. Classic TV Countdown.
When David Letterman moved from NBC to CBS, well, it was one of the year's biggest TV stories. But one of the year's biggest classic TV stories was Mr. Letterman's continued efforts to pretend that our next episode does not exist. Not once in all of his interviews has he mentioned it. Well, Dave, this episode does exist. And it stars you as Irk the Jerk. Not only that, but in 1993, this truly classic episode of Mork and Mindy is ranked at number 22.
Nick at Night, 1993. Classic TV Countdown. Number 22.
I know you. You're, Benjamin Choulet?
Yes, you're the guy in the background of the newsroom.
Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Yeah, I'm Bill Daly.
Hi.
It could only happen at Nick at Night's Classic TV Countdown, so stay tuned.
Who's he?
Nick at Night, 1993. Classic TV Countdown.
Our next show features an actor who appeared frequently in Hollywood squares. Nope, it's not Charlie Weaver. Need another hint? He was Uncle Arthur on Bewitched. Stay tuned for the answer. He appeared frequently on Hollywood squares. He was Uncle Arthur on Bewitched. How about this clue? In our next episode of F Troop, he plays the title role of the Singing Monkey. Got it? That's right. He's none other than Paul Lynde. And in this classic episode, he wins the heart of Wrangler Jane. In 1993, it ranks at number 21.
Number 21. Nick at Night, 1993. Classic TV Countdown.
We now return to 1993's best as Nick at Night's Classic TV Countdown continues.
Today, I'm a professor of history at Mount Holyoke College, but yesterday, in 1967, I was Dragnet's infamous Blue Boy.
Thank you, Professor Burns. Stay tuned for more guests and more classic TV right here on Nick at Night's 1993 Countdown.
Nick at Night, 1993. Classic TV Countdown.
Don't you hate it when you're on a vacation in a fancy hotel, taking a nice hot bubble bath, and bingo, your toe gets stuck in the faucet? Oh, man, that's the worst. But it sure made for a classic episode, so stay tuned.
Nick at Night, 1993. Classic TV Countdown.
If you've ever had your toe stuck in the bath spigot, well, then you know how uncomfortable that can be. But if toes didn't fit in faucets, we wouldn't have the following classic episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show. It's called Never Bathe on Saturday, and in it, Laura pays the price for playing with the drip. In 1993, it's number 20.
Number 20. Nick at Night, 1993. Classic TV Countdown.
You won't believe what's coming up on Nick at Night's Classic TV Countdown, so stay tuned.
Thank you. Jason, come here.
Listen, is the Chuckles the Clown episode going to be #1 again this year? Come on, you can tell me. I was Chuckles.
I'm sorry, Richard. No hint. We'll all have to stay tuned to see.
Nick at Night, 1993. Classic TV Countdown.
Exquisite. You should have some. Oh, hi. Welcome back to Nick at Night's Open House, where we're counting down the year's best episodes. In a moment, we'll see an episode that shows us how people have babies in TV land. Hi, folks. Earlier today, the Classic TV Countdown made history. These are the two men who played Chris Partridge, Jeremy Gelbrecht, and Brian Forrester. How they doing, Doctor?
Well, they're denying it, but there are obviously a lot of unresolved feelings here. But we're working it out.
Thanks, Will. Now, these guys had actually never met until today, right?
That's right, Casey. Right, we had never met.
Well, let's take a look back at the historic moment this morning when they did meet. Jeremy Gelbwax, I'd like you to meet Brian Forster. Brian, Jeremy.
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
All right, Brian, how are you?
Thank you. Great.
How about once in slow motion?
Nice to meet you. How you doing? All right, Brian. How are you? Thank you. Great.
The two crisp partridges. Now, that's a meeting that could only happen here on Nick at Night. Stick around. There's more classic TV countdown ahead. Welcome to the countdown.
Thank you.
For obvious reasons, people in TV land don't have babies the traditional way. With an episode every week, who can wait for 9 months? Our next episode shows how Donna Reed managed to expand her family in a quick 30 minutes. And casting the new sister, that was easy. Paul Peterson, who played Jeff Stone, just brought along his real-life sister, Patty. It's a landmark episode of the Donna Reed Show called A Way of Her Own. It comes in at number 19.
Number 19. Nick at Night, 1993, classic TV countdown.
We now return to 1993's best as Nick at Night's classic TV countdown continues.
Hi, I'm Bobby Sherman, and you're watching Nick at Night's 5th annual classic TV countdown. So stay tuned.
How was that, Casey?
That was incredible. Really.
Great food.
And classic TV guests at Nick at Night, 1993, classic TV countdown.
Welcome back to the open house. Hope you're having a lot of fun. In a moment, we're going to play a little game of telephone to show how misleading gossip can be. And we'll introduce our next episode, so stay tuned.
Nick at Night, 1993, classic TV countdown.
Just a moment ago, I told Bobby Sherman the name and brief description of our next episode. And then Bobby told the first Chris Partridge, who told the second Chris Partridge, who told Larry Dorn, the Botany 500 representative, and Larry told Richard Shaw, he played Chuckles the Clown. Then Richard told Tom Hill, a guy who worked for Nick at Night, who told one of the caterers, who told Michael Burns. Michael Burns, Dragnet's Blue Boy. And right now, he's telling Dr. Will Miller. Okay, Dr. Will, tell me, what's our next episode?
It's a Bob Newhart called Gomer Meets Tex. And Bob has TB lockjaw?
Close, but it's Who is Mr. X? And Bob's on a TV talk show. It's a classic episode of Bob Newhart. And like our little demonstration, it shows how the truth can be distorted. This year, it's number 18. Good try.
Nick at Night, 1993, classic TV countdown. Number 18.
This chart-busting TV classic will be right back, so don't go away.
Nick at Night, 1993, classic TV countdown.
Don't be alarmed. It's me, Casey Kasem. If you don't know why I'm wearing this red mask, then stay tuned.
Now back to Casey. It's Nick at Night, 1993, classic TV countdown.
The makers of Superman created the original Leadhead in their very first season. But it took 103 episodes before they finally came up with the idea of a whole gang of Leadheads, ransacking the city, unable to be identified because Superman's X-ray vision, as everyone knows, doesn't penetrate lead. The episode entitled The Perils of Superman is directed by George Reeves himself and features cliffhanger classics, buzzsaws, runaway cars, vats of acid, speeding trains, plus a lot of guys in Leadheads. It's a primo episode, coming in at a prime number, 17.
Nick at Night, 1993, classic TV countdown. Number 17.